So for this week's topic, we're going to talk about online dating.
You're watching. You are watching.
You are watching.
You are watching.
You are watching.
You are watching.
You are watching.
You're watching Let's Talk Relations.
Yeah.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Ericson Presents Let's Talk Relations, episode 18. If you haven't already, please take this opportunity to hit the subscribe button, the bell notification button, and the thumbs up button. So for this week's topic, we're going to talk about online dating. So the show Catfish, when that came out, what was funny about that is I had already experienced a catfish moment prior to the show coming out. I didn't know, that's what it was going to be called. So at the time, I met a woman on Facebook. I mean, I don't know how she showed up in my comments, but she did, and we started chatting, and then, next thing you know, we're really chatting for a long period of time, and feelings are being felt. And when I watched the show, I laughed because, I laugh at how people get so wrapped up in being in love and how other people laugh at it. Like, how is this even possible? Because I know how it's possible. I mean, you're talking to a person on a day-to-day basis. I mean, there was days where we talked on the phone for like 8 hours straight. The reason why I felt so hard was because I was having a conversation with the person. So this was nothing physical. It was 100% mental. So when you can talk on the phone with somebody for 8 hours straight and not have any breaks in the conversation, and the conversation keeps flowing, like, you're connecting with a person's soul. Like, that happens. The only problem is she lied about everything. So she found a girl and stole all of her pictures. Every single time I asked this woman for a picture, like, she was able to send it. It's like she took all the girls' pictures. Like, she had them all. So she had a picture for any occasion that I could possibly think of. So it happens. Happens to the best of us. That was stupid on my part. I would never do that again. One, I refuse to talk to somebody that's long distance. Two, we gonna have to video chat, because if we ain't video chatting now, I don't believe it. So my question is, do you think that online dating is safe? You already know what we're gonna do. We're gonna talk about it.
It all depends on the situation. So let's say, like, online dating done changed. People used to get text messages and pictures. Now you can video chat and everything. So I think it became more safer and better when you start video chatting with people.
You sure know a lot of information
and
about
stuff.
that shit.
Yes, I think it's safe. That's where I met him.
Yeah. Well, we weren't supposed to tell anybody that. We were supposed to say we met at Target. I was pushing my cart, minding my own business. She rams her cart into my cart. I'm like, girl, what is you doing? And she asked me for my number. We met online.
He tried telling people that, like, oh, how'd you guys meet? And he would say, oh, I was in Target. She bumped my cart, made me look like an asshole. But no, we met online. And that's because he messaged me being an asshole. And then I responded to his email being an asshole.
I've never tried it, so I don't know if it's safe. I honestly don't even like online dating. I think that it's weird. I don't even know how to start a online conversation to make it lead to a online date or whatever. I mean, I'm not even a good person to ask. I think it's weird that you start a profile to find somebody that you could date. I mean, come on, man, just go out and try to meet somebody.
Yes.
That's questionable. That's questionable. God knows that I've I've had my adventures, my shares of folks that scare me, and I consider myself a grown man. The things I've heard have, mind you, I'm pretty tan, pretty brown. I'm a black man, and this black man has turned like 3, 4, 5 different shades of red from the things that have been proposed and and shared. It's as safe as how you handle it.
I have a lot of experience in this, and online dating is safe. You just have to make sure you meet in a public place. Don't ever meet somebody in a isolated location for the first time, or even a second time. Normally by the first time you'll know if they're crazy or not.
No.
Okay, I'm going to tell a story. I know it's worked out for a lot of people, and they have these great names like Match.com, Harmony. There's other ones, okay? But let me tell you a story. So I went on Match.com and I created a profile. And the guy met me at Starbucks with my then best friend. Okay, I brought her with me. So that guy, to make the long story short, that pig, had the gall to say, okay, your friend can leave now. So I popped up and I stood up and I said, you know what, buddy? You can leave. He said, excuse me? I said, I think you can hear me correctly. You can leave, and me and my best friend will stay here and have our Starbucks. Goodbye.
Yeah. I think it's awesome, actually. You get to weed out all the weirdos. I mean, yeah. That's how I date. That's how I meet people.
However, as far as meeting up with the people, you need to have like security blankets, like backup shit. Like you need to have your homegirls, your family members, everybody on deck on your situation when you're meeting a motherfucker in person. Like that bitch need to be in a car with cameras and everything, got the license plates, like lock and load, nigga. Like you ain't about to fuck my bitch up. No, not up in here.
There's been a lot of killings meeting up with people off of Tinder.
You just gotta be safe. You just gotta be safe, basically. It's nothing wrong with it. You just gotta be safe, smart, and protect yourself, and just be up on par of the shit that's out there.
Yeah, it's safe. To me, online dating is just like. Let me back up a little bit. Don't date them online, meet them online. So don't have a relationship and have the relationship be online. Have that relationship be in person, go on dates at your house, whatever it is. But meet them online. Meeting someone online is just like meeting someone at the bar. It's no different to me. You meet them, get their number, you move on. You meet them and, go out on a date for real. So, yeah, I think it's safe. Just be smart about it.
No. Heck no. You have to be very careful with that. If anything, if you meet with somebody, if you want to meet up with somebody, I would do it in a public place. I wouldn't go somewhere alone with them. I don't think it's safe because anything can happen. This world is fucking crazy. And I mean, you see these little kids online and these older guys pretending to be younger. That's pretty much the same thing to lure them in. Just the same thing, but for dates, like, no.
I think as a woman it's very safe because you don't have to be in anybody's physical presence to test somebody out. And there's a lot of different ways that you can, run a psychological profile on somebody, like from how they text or how they look in a FaceTime video or the words that they choose to use. I think as a woman it's very safe. Men might put themselves out there more because they don't feel like they need to do so many safeguards, but I think for women it's safe.
I think that it's safe in some ways, but a lot of times it isn't safe. You don't know who you're meeting up with. But if you do online date, I really recommend, and I tell all my friends the online date, like if you online date before you go out on your date, I need a text of his profile picture, I need his name, I need to know where you guys are going, the time, and I need like an itinerary. When you get home, you need to text me, just because there's people out there that use that to prey on people.
Ask my mom. She makes me send her a picture of every guy that I'm dating and like as much information as I have on them before I meet them somewhere in public. If I'm being 100% honest, sometimes I just don't tell her, and I'll tell somebody where I'm going, whether it's Karen or another friend that I trust. But I don't always want her to know about every date that I go on. So I do appreciate the need to be safe with online dating because I don't feel like it's safe.
So do you think online dating is like the new way to connect with people?
Sometimes it is, because sometimes basically that's what we're doing when we're always text message and Facebook and everybody. That's like basically online dating. It's like we do more communication on Facebook, Snapchat, and everything on there. So basically that's you're dating online.
Okay, so can I ask you a personal question? So when you're looking at somebody's profile, do you go deep into it just to get to know that person, like the feel of that person, or you just like
I go deep
like when somebody say, "Hey, my name is so and so," then you go immediately run to the social media outlet to see who they are, and what they're about.
Exactly. Once that person tell me something online, I snatch their name up, copy paste real quick, put that shit in Google, and see what the fuck comes up. And I'd be like, okay, if you got a Snapchat, let me see you on Snapchat. Oh, you got an Instagram, let me see your pictures on Instagram. Oh, you got a Facebook, let me see your shit on Facebook. And I'm going back years. I'm going deep.
Yeah. I mean, I think as long as you're in control and you meet them in a public place, you know,
it's like the Uber and Lyft of men.
Yeah.
Same. You get in an Uber car with a stranger.
You never know what's going to happen.
You're dating a stranger. Same.
Yeah. I think it's safe.
Yeah.
I've had situations where somebody was a little bit crazy and became a stalkerish after the first date, and that's why I've always met in a public place. My last relationship was off of Tinder. I don't give out my number until after meeting. Yeah, there's blocking, but they still have your number, and then they call you from a different number, and then you block that one, and then they call you from a different number. So try not to give out your number. Try to meet them first.
I think it can be safe. Like if you're just like, you know, putting your name, number, address out to any Tom, Dick, and Harry, literally, then that's not safe. You know, I always like, you know, I've done online dating before, and so I try to meet a neutral place, a public place, you know, not like, hey, let's go over to your house for the first time. You know, I mean, I probably have less of a problem just because I'm a taller person, and so like, you know, I don't have to deal with like usually guys like taking advantage of me, and I don't really have a lot of those stories.
So, I mean, I'm not all in my friend's business. I don't need to know all of the details and all that type of stuff, but I do need to know so that, you know, if you aren't there tomorrow, I know where to start looking for you. So I think if you do online date and you're a female, then you absolutely should at least like have somebody that you are at least letting them know a little bit about where you're going and who you're going with. Because you just don't ever know. People have bad experiences. I've heard a ton of stories. I've actually had a creepy story happen to me before. So I just think if you are going to online date, at least give somebody the information about who you're going on a date with.
I guess, yeah. I mean, I don't know. There's a bunch of weird ass motherfuckers out there, and there's some weird chicks out there too. So I guess if you're willing to take the risk, you know what I mean? I mean, I guess just keep it in consideration that you might not be meeting who the fuck you might think. And check it. It's not safe sometimes because you women lie in your pictures, with your pictures. Check the angles, guys. If you're getting a lot of upward angles, she probably got a little weight on her. So just always keep that in consideration. Women, I don't know. I just bring some pepper spray or something like that. But for me personally, I mean, I don't have a problem with online dating. But just, I don't know, do your homework first, I guess. Meet a public place, you know, try to keep the booty calls to a minimum, like coming to your house right off like Facebook or something like that right off the bat.
No, I do not. I have tried it before, and it's very scary because you do have the whole catfish thing happening these days, and I just think it's unsafe because you don't know the person on the other end. And a lot of these people nowadays on online dating, they're only looking for online dating for one thing, and that's the booty. And anything more than that, I mean, there are some people who are genuinely there looking for love, but other than that, people are there just for the booty. So no, I don't think it's safe. And if you are going to meet somebody online, take somebody with you. Make sure it's in a public place. Don't ever meet them alone in their house.
I mean, nothing bad happened to me, so knock on wood, that was good. But I did have sort of this edge of paranoia where I would set up a code word and with my roommates, because I lived with roommates at the time. So I was going on a date with someone I was meeting online. I'd like to first do the preliminary meetup at coffee to make sure they're not total creeper, because it's daylight, there's people around. But that didn't happen all the time, and sometimes it would just be a night date or somewhere, not at their place. That's not safe, I don't think, but maybe a public place. In any event, I would let my roommates know where that place was, and sometimes I'd even leave a map up on the computer so that they know exactly where it goes. And then we had a code word that if I was in trouble by any means, I would tell the person, like, hey, look, my roommates own a lot of guns, and if I don't call them and they know I'm okay, they'll come guns a-blazing. So you should let me call them. And of course they should say, yeah, call them so that And I would call them and I'd be like, I'm having a great time. Just don't forget to feed the cat. Except we didn't have a cat. So that was code for I'm in trouble, come guns a-blazing. And so we set that up when I was online dating just because you never know and it's nice to have a little safe zone, but nothing like that ever had to come up. I never used it. So I guess it went okay.
I have done a lot of online dating and I have actually never felt unsafe. I don't know if I just have the personality more of like a risk taker type personality, kind of daredevil. But I also am attracted a lot to people in law and fire. So I think that I just feel safer with them in general with that job classification. And I actually always am sharing my location with multiple friends because that have iPhones. So, I mean, I know that a real predator could unlock my phone and stop sharing or just turn it off or something like that. But I feel like I'm always, telling my friends I'm going here, I'm going there, sharing my location. So I feel like I take a lot of precautionary steps and I usually feel pretty safe.
Let me tell you a story. Are we allowed to tell stories on this? All right, so online dating. I was talking to this dude I met on blackpeoplemeet.com shit, right? I just tried it out. So we go back and forth. All we did was text message and everything. I took his name. I ran it through the Facebook. Oh, you got Facebook. Let me see your shit. You're a real person. Check. Oh, you emailing me. Okay, everything cool. Oh, you call me. We talking on the phone. Everything cool. Right? And so it comes to the point like he's a real person. Like everything's legit. Everything is real. But, I don't fuck around with him. I didn't meet up with him or nothing. But I just knew he was a legit person just off his social media, how I follow him, and how everything just went down. So it all depends who you trust and who you don't trust. Some motherfuckers be about that bullshit. Some motherfuckers be about trying to find somebody to fuck with.